Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday evening. September 25th already. It's almost the fabulous, wonderful, best month of the year, almost October, where we have my birthday and Halloween in the same month. And I'm so excited. I take the whole month and just try to make it special and fun for myself. I'm looking down here because I am attempting, y'all, to relearn how to crochet. And as you can see, it is not going very well. I probably am doing like what I do when I write, except I start to slant more to the side. So at some point, I'm just going to have to stop this so I don't waste any more of this really pretty yarn and try to start over. I realize I haven't kept proper equal tension going, and that's why I struggle to get my needle through to the crochet hook, through to get to keep going, and that I just probably got tighter and tighter and missed more and more stitches as I went. I'm no expert, but you can tell me in the comments if you are a crochet hooking kind of person and you know what I've done by the looks of this, and not to mention the ends. Oh gosh, I have no idea what to do with these ends. I'm going to end up with like I have a rainbow. That is what I have. I have a rainbow. Maybe I will send this to Lahr Jersey Crafter. Tell her it's full of whatever imperfections, but makes me think of her now that I see that it's a rainbow. But yeah, I am going to have to stop probably at the end of this row here and not continue on in this. Obviously not going to be a scarf for my husband. Endeavor here. And I do have to go on a trip soon, but this is not something I think that I will take with me, since it's a little bit frustrating. I don't need any frustration when I go on this trip. So, yeah. And we're listening to a little classical music for autumn. And I thought I would just hang out with you guys because when I'm gone, I'm not quite sure exactly what my setup will be for a while, and how sporadic my videos might be. Now I'm going to still do my voodoo dolls, hashtag voodoo dolls Halloween. I will record that and upload that the week before Halloween as agreed. Once I get to the end of this one here, I think I'll show you some of the more Halloween / autumn crafty things I've worked on. Sorry about the yappy dog. She's very happy that her daddy is home. Can you shut that door, babe? Stop. Just so happy daddy's home from the bike ride. She can't help herself. Stop. And I know I have the right size crochet hook for this specific yarn, but that isn't really helping me. And I know there's so many people that they just knit away and crochet away and are able to watch something else and not even look at what they're doing. And that is not me. I have not gotten there yet. So that was just to make the hole big enough to turn around and put the hook the other direction, because these stitches from the last row are so incredibly, the tension on them was just so incredibly tight. So, yep, this will not be a project I take with me, although it would be small, portable. It causes me any frustration. That's not what I need on this trip. Are any of you guys taking any trips for the fall or winter weather to get away? Or has everybody already had their vacations and cruises and things during the summer? Mine is not a vacation. I do have to take a trip, though. Not going to be really a vacation at all. Just some family business. Some of you know how that goes, I'm sure. Don't worry, nobody's dying. I'm not having to attend to anything like that. But it still is going to be a little complicated. Yep, I'm quitting right here for the moment. Yep, because I'm getting frustrated. Beautiful yarn, though. Beautiful. So, a couple things. What have I been doing? I have been I went and babysat today for my grandbabies and played with them. That was so much fun. They were all eager to play with Bam Bam. And we did a floor puzzle. They have like a wooden climbing apparatus that we can move the parts around and make it rope climbing and rung climbing and a slide or a bridge. So we did all of that. What else did we do? Oh, Bam Bam played children's music on YouTube, and we sang and we signed at the same time, and they finished their breakfast. We got change of clothes because they were going out to go see some friends that just also had a new baby. My grandson's best friend that they had to move away from. Her mommy had another baby. And so my daughter and grandbabies were going to visit and see the new baby. So that was exciting for them. And then I have been at home just kind of hanging out, watching some crafts. I did get on a stream with for Hump Day. She calls it Hub. She meant to call it Hump Day, but she calls it Hub Day with Lahr. And on Hump Day, she does her reverse collage in her forest book. And I chose, instead of the forest book by Kieran Connolly, I chose, as part of his Abandoned series, I chose Abandoned Castles, because I thought that would be just, I don't know, right up my alley. I'm quite fascinated with castles. So I can show you what I have done to start with. Let me take this. I always end up taking the cover off because the book jacket, because they kind of just get in the way. And you're always so worried about ripping it or whatnot. So, of course, it did say Abandoned Castles there, but, I glued the word Dark Sun over that. And let's see. These are just beginning pages here. This was all words on this side, so I cut this out of a magazine and put that there, so it kind of set the tone for the castles. And that one I did not do yet. I'm not doing them in any specific order, just in, this is in Greece apparently. Turned that into sort of a Halloween vignette. And again, the other side was all words. Hi, Jen. How's it going? How's your Wednesday night? So yeah, any of the pages that are just full of text, I've been successful in finding quite a few full-page magazine imagery, and being able to cover that text up. Let me find the other page I did after that live stream with Anne while I watched Aunt Beck's Creations with her sewing, and then I watched Devin and Rex for art with her. I put a little girl here, little fairy woman here. It's a spotlight coming down from a window here in the stone castle. I had it hit where it shines right on her. Your allergies are killing you. Oh. Oh, I hate that when they say, oh, if you're taking this medicine or that medicine, you got to, stay off of it for this amount of time or that amount of time so that they can try to get accurate tests. But, those prick tests that they do can be so inaccurate. I read somewhere that they tend to not wait long enough to watch for delayed results, because there's very often a delay in the results. But yeah, when that doesn't work, then they try that first, because the blood work is expensive, and insurance likes you to do obviously the cheaper thing first. So that's usually the way that goes. I'm trying to stuff it. Here we go. Hey. Don't be all sassy down there. The neutral didn't even show up. Oh my gosh, girl. So this was a ruined front end of a castle. And I just could not resist. You guys, look at this. These two witches are flying on their brooms. I know, doesn't it kind of look like Hogwarts? And I just loved this hand. So I put the hand there pointing up at them. and an owl there over the doorway, a candle up at the top, and there is, I don't know if you can see that, there's a lady with a moon shape, so she's kind of up in the sky at the top there, and a very disproportionate, which, so is the hand, but disproportionate, just legs sticking out with awesome stockings and shoes resting on a pumpkin. And there's some pumpkins by a door right there. So yeah, I did that while I was watching a couple other streams today. And then pulled out some more images from the same magazine that these came from. It used to be called the Fairy Magazine. It's now called Enchanted Living, and it is a quarterly. So the spring, summer, winter, fall. Luna is your favorite. Yeah, that the cat, Luna. Yeah, so it's there's a spring, summer, winter, fall, or autumn, spring, summer, autumn, winter edition, and they focus on different things and whatever, and so there's all kinds of imagery, and there's recipes, and there's whatever. I can show you here the cover of this is from 2023. Oops, I've got some pieces in here that I cut out already, so like this one apparently focused on the year of the Autumn Witch issue. It's autumn of 2023. So, yeah. Hubby makes sure that I get this one. She fixed Harry up all the time. And where the... Oh! Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. And I like the name Luna just because it's, about the moon. So, and you would think, oh, Renee, that's your Halloween, right? That's what you're doing right now. But this is a book with hundreds of pages. 200, a little over 200 pages. So it's not going to all be critters and creatures and autumn and witches and Halloween. So it just is because that's what time of year I'm starting right now. But I do have the autumn and Halloween glue book that I started. And I think I showed this once before, how I did it landscape. Although, oops, looks like some repair of the gluing needs to be done here. Let's do that real fast before it gets out of control. There we go. It's a little loose too, but I think it'll survive. So yeah, I think I've shown this before. It's in landscape orientation, but some of the stuff is in portrait mode. And there's candy corn colored paper through here. There's the stags, and it says Enchanted Hinds and Cursed Stags. But they don't look cursed, or they might be enchanted, but they don't look cursed. Scotch Create glue stick. Oh, I don't think I've ever tried that. I've always had my Avery glue stick. What were the words across the bottom? Fairy tales of deer and transformation. Let's see. And then this one takes a page this way. This was one image. This was a whole nother image. This was an image. And that was a whole two separate images. Let's see, what else do we have in here? I have the ladies with their foxes. I think you've seen that, the bigger separate ones and the small ones. And then we have the pastel smashed up skull with the muted flowers. I put this old woman in her fancy portrait frame behind, and an enlarged image of a stamp. And this red-headed lady with her owl that she's holding. That was one image I cut out, and then put the owl behind her there. That's a separate image. And then all of these are separate images here. The light and the table, the cauldron and the skull. So I'm trying to not get freaked out about leaving blank space. But I kind of leave, I tend to leave the edges just in case I want to tuck something in there. And these I just like because I thought they looked cool. So this page over here, first, just a cabinet full of all kinds of curiosities and odd things. And then this was the rest of the room, which I just thought was cool. I love the color, but I don't think I would ever be brave enough to paint a room blue like that. Would you? Oh, I could doodle in the blank space. Very good idea. Very, very good idea. More Halloween-like decoration kind of things. And more indoor, how to do a bedroom. And I love this black and white and orange. You're not brave with wall color either. I'm brave, but not as brave as that. And then even some of the, Monster Mash. Move these out of the way here. And, fake monster hands with claws and holding their beverages. And this, I decided to do a 2-page spread just for Halloween party stuff. What else? Oh, I hung the herbs, the dried flowers, put the raven on the deer's nose. This is a little fallish. Put the part of an archway there. That branch with all the danglies. And these were different gourds and squashes turned into fairy homes and whatever, which I thought was cute. And then we have this young lady, the enlarged version, where she's holding a baby unicorn. And again, I put a little bit of part of an archway I cut out and put there. I put the other side over here with some flowers. And then there's the 2 smaller images of her, the same photo, that have the background still. And snuck a little kid version of, the little kid version of it. Oh, that's upside down. And then there's the whole page image there. Let's see. Maybe I should. Would that be better? Because I love owls. Can you tell? A little bit more of just stacking pumpkins. Maybe I'll fill the whole thing on that side with pumpkins. And she's a fairy with different butterflies, and this is a dog in a fairy butterfly costume, which I thought was funny. Your hubby's an owl lover too. And this lady, and she had her hand out, so I put a poison bottle in there. Gave her some mushrooms down here. And I liked this family of girls. And this says forest and the word enchant. And it's kind of like an old-time rustic cabin, kind of creepy bedroom, part of a bedroom probably. And the haunted house. And I gave it a whole big woods out back around it. Oh, I know I love forest stuff too. Oh, and the Wicked Witch hands holding the bubbly. And let's see. A little more just autumn. A doorway. And there's the whole front. The magic of everyday. I'm trying to read it on my screen. Magic of everyday flora and fauna. So I've got plenty of room to fill up with more flowers. In fact, I think I might have cut some out today. And this one here is just a bedroom. Like I've cut off part of the bed and stacked these things beside the bed. And this side, oops. I like my dangles, guys. Started with an outside porch. And then this is a monster hand dropping candy corn. So, and what did we get up to next? Oh, yes. These are some of those archways. I liked the contrast with the young lady in white, looking all innocent, petting their little baby deer. And, this says the animal kingdom, but then on the other side is the young man dressed up in a suit, dead looking. And this is a spider web with all different kinds of gold bees and butter and bugs and whatnot crawling around. And the candles with the ghosts on them. And miniatures down here. And I started one more here, so we'll see where that builds. More like a hunting lodge. And then I started with the outdoor then that will continue across here and even into the white, possibly. Another full page. Kitty cat sprawled out, which I like because it looks stitched. I like the ivy and plants around it. And then I got couple more pages in here that I can do. And I thought this was cute. And I wrote, it cut out the shimmering in the shadows. So I'm sort of like, oh, you just got a black cat? Oh, I'm so jealous. We have 3 dogs. If we didn't have 3 dogs, I would have a black cat. So summer solstice, crazy cobweb behind the crazy frog and the fairy princess and the butterfly. And I put music paper behind the 2 kids in their costumes. I thought they were clever costumes. And what did I start here? Oh, I started another interior room. Just half of it so far, so I can build out over here. And down here, this is like really bumpy glued because this is the back page that's thick. But it is a couple of old-fashioned dropper bottles and corked bottles and some greenery and flowers. About 1 bottle knocked over. So that is where that is at so far. And I don't want to get ahead of myself because it's not even October yet. But on my trip, I'll probably have to take that with me because I may be gone actually for the whole month of October. So, oh, you have 2 dogs and she's doing good with the dogs? That's great. Yeah. Autumn is my favorite too. And I have found sticker books are helpful for filling in spots on books like that. And this one in particular from Sticker Studio, Apothecary, has all kinds of your Halloween, metaphysical, herbal, fungus, crystals, and witchery, and you name it in here to, ready to add. It is, again, one of those, though, where you often have the edge all the way around, and you'll have to trim that usually if it doesn't fit into your collage, which most of the time it doesn't. The image does, but not with the big wide border that it has. So this one I'm saving for using with that Autumn and Halloween journal. And here's my bag of cutouts that I've already done to go with it. So that's exciting. That'll be easy to take. But I also finally put together something I hadn't known that I remembered I even had. I went upstairs to one of my crafty / sewing rooms, which now will just be turned into sewing. And I already had this sample fabric, and I have it upside down. And I had already folded it over and tacked it down and lined it with red felt. And I already had these signatures made, but they were never sewn in. And there's extra fabric in here, and I tucked in extra fall kind of papers in here. Same with over here, extra stuff. And I sewed in the 2 signatures, and I love that it's squishy and fabric and it feels good. And obviously it's machine embroidered, but it is really very beautiful. And the beige here is like a sateen kind of fabric. So that's another reason I lined it with some felt just to give it some better thickness. But I'm really kind of counting on whatever I glue to the pages. Some of these pages, quite a few of them are envelopes or they've got some sturdy cardstock attached to the older pages, some plain cardstock pages, and graph paper or ledger paper. Yeah, so that will be fun. That I guess I could easily put in a bag and take with me as well. So I'm kind of excited to have things to do while I'm gone. That are going to be fun and not cause me any stress. Yeah, I had it for a long time, and it was literally a sample. There was no backing on it. It was just a really good size, sample, and it was serged all the way around the edge. Where am I going? I am headed to the Southwest. So I have quite a bit of family down there, and I haven't seen them. It'll be a couple years pretty soon here, and I haven't seen them. So I thought I would do that before winter comes and travel is harder, and before I've got another grandbaby due in February, and I want to be around for that. I have a sister, brother-in-law, a niece, a nephew, my father, and one of my sons out there. Well, thank you. It's just a scarf. Just a scarf. Kind of the way you wrap it around your neck. I took it and wrapped it around my head and tucked it in because I've got way too much hair. This all flops around on me all the time. So, I think I'll probably take my watercolor set too. There's one that it was the one I bought while I was out there to give myself something relaxing to do. And I think I'll take that with me again too, because I have been getting into, this is just the paper bag I was keeping them in, getting into, at different times of the year and different holidays, getting into watercoloring and using ink. So I have a variety of leaves. You can go over here. Variety of leaves and a bunch of them together. I had a second squirrel, but he went into a Happy Meal envelope. A bonfire, or not bonfire, a fire pit. And I tried just a big, larger leaf. And a pot of yellow mums. You've seen a tutorial on the wrap. I'm not beyond embarrassing myself and just taking this off of my head and wrapping it back up again for you if you want to see it. Because really, it's literally just a scarf. It's not even a infinity one, which I find those actually harder to do. But okay. So literally, just I folded the scarf in the middle, lined up the bottoms, pulled it to the back of my head, put that in the front, open up that hole there and grab those two ends, I pulled that tight, separated these two, gathered them up. Tuck them back in on the sides all the way down, because I find if I can adjust it as I go on through the day, it's better than tying it to where it's got tension already and you can't change it without undoing the whole thing. So it never, of course, I'm looking at myself in. Now it looks even funnier than before. But there you go. That's what it is. And then since I got so much hair, I can't just have a messy bun anymore, and I'm kind of even beyond a messy croissant. Yeah. So actually, it's fun. It's been fun for me. I don't buy any more scarves because I literally have so many. But it's a good way to get a nice supply of scarves that you can use for your neck as well as for your hair. The thrift store. I've got a lot of them that were completely brand new. I have some that are cotton. I have some that are silk. Some that are a mixture of whatever fabric, different colors, different patterns. It's hard to get solid ones. And I have this thing about patterns. So like I'm only wearing this patterned one today because the rest of my clothes are solid. And so to me that works. And yeah. If it wasn't going to be about 100 degrees or so where I'm going, I might take some of these with me, but they would make my head even hotter, I think, once I put them on. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will anyway. Yeah, I love when people mix patterns, but I like to see it, but I don't seem to be able to apply it to myself. And it's only been over the last several years of my life that I've worn patterned clothing. So I have always had a lot of plain single color clothes. A lot of beige, a lot of brown, white, gray, that kind of thing. Now I'm branching out. So even though these are plain, I'll branch out and put something up in my hair. I am fun and bold without it, though. Yeah, well, if you saw this outfit, it's not your typical looking outfit either, though. It's a jumper, real pretty thin fabric, and it's all one piece, and then it gets real wide-legged at the bottom. So, yeah, it's not the most everyday look, I suppose, but it can also be worn with a sweater. I like to layer. So, to me, it'll do. I have several of them. And they're thin enough that even in the 100-degree weather, I think I could get away with it. So, anyhow, I think that's all I had to show you guys that I've been up to. Oh, I did forget to show you guys something I did get. I realized because Janet Nash was making her own watercolor paints. And I thought, well, not only how do you make your own watercolor paints, but like where do you put them? How do you get the things to put them in? Do you have to wait till you use up all of one that you already have? And the answer to that is no. And I am a huge Vincent van Gogh fan. So when I saw this Starry Night tin, I jumped on it. And there are magnets on the back sides of each one of these squares. Let's see. They came with magnets that were sticky on one side and magnetic on the other so that they would stick to the tin, but you could take them out. And you had to put the magnets on there yourself, of course. But let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 40. Not that you couldn't duplicate, but there's room for 40. And yeah, so I'm excited to try and see what I can come up with. Oh yeah, definitely affordable. I know that, for instance, Janet Nash, uses the gum Arabic and the and some like eyeshadows, some old eyeshadows and whatnot. Sorry about that. And I don't have a whole lot of old makeup. I haven't worn makeup really in a lot of years. So I'd have to dig around like in my bathroom drawers and cabinets to see if there's anything. Plus I have some, well, I do have some of the mica eyeshadows from like the Dollar Tree, dollar store, and those would work. So yeah, exactly. Because I want all the colors too, which means, I'd want the blues and the purples and all that, which might not be the easiest to get. But slowly and surely, and I do have some watercolor sets. They're just really generic. One really generic set. Like I said, I bought it when I was out in the Southwest visiting previously. And as you can see, it is, well loved, well used. And I don't believe it even had, what does the name there say? Seamy Art, SEAMIART. I'm sure it's just some off-brand little set, but it works and it's nice and portable. I do have watercolor pencils as well, and I got some advice from some of the other ladies which ones to buy, and those would be easy to take. I'm not so good with colored pencils, but when I can color and then take a water paintbrush with water to it, that works out better for me. And I also like to use watercolor paints to highlight certain areas of images. Let me see if I have any of my Halloween cards here that I can show you what I'm talking about. And then put highlight some certain parts of images. Let me see. With the watercolor, and then put I haven't done any of these images yet, but like highlight some of it with, let's say this one in particular, it's a fire. So if I did this with watercolor pencil and then went back over it with Mod Podge, like maybe 1 or 2 layers, it would be dimensional. And I use the glossy or semi-gloss, so it becomes shiny as well as raised, and it kind of just helps part of it to stand out. So I have no idea what that set is, but that would be great. I am just falling in love with watercolors. I'm sure I'm, completely at the newbie stage. I feel like I'm really more painting than watercolor painting, because true watercolor, from my understanding at least, is, you know, using letting the water with the color, you know, flow and kind of guiding it a little bit, but letting it do its thing. And I tend to still have a lot more control pushing it around and doing what I like with it. Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. So I'm excited to have these leaves that I just showed you, and the bonfire, and the not the bonfire, the fire pit, and the mums to use to decorate things on my journal. I might very well need to do quite a bit of writing while I'm there. You know, get those emotions out, get it down on paper, and deal with it that way. So I might have to do some writing and then add some pretty fall things to it so it looks like fun. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've still got to do up my buttons. I cut them out and went around in circles with them, but I did not. I want to still ink the edges and figure out where to, you know, where to store them so I need an ephemera storage system, I'm starting to realize. And so that I can go to those things and decorate my my journals as I write things in the corners, that kind of stuff, or even in the middle and doodle around it and write all the way around it. So, hon, can you shut that door? Sorry. They just got home from their bike ride and they're doing stuff in there, and sometimes it's louder than other times. Plus, it's 8 o'clock at night here. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, a book of pockets. Pockets and envelopes. Very, very good idea. I did put this together a while back, but I haven't done anything with it really. And then, of course, now it looks very, very summery. But these are file folders. And I did make a pocket with fabric on this one that are glued together, but they have the sets of 3 pockets. Some I did this way, and then some, you know, are this way, tuck things in. Somebody sent me something. And then there's blank pockets to tuck up in, and again pockets to tuck down into. So, oh yeah, and old photo albums. That is a good idea. That's a really good idea. Like, and use the acid-free sleeves. Maybe even just a 3-ring binder with those kind of pockets, different size pockets, sleeves. So some for tiny and some for larger. Yeah. Exciting. I love organizing. I'm starting to get back that part of me that was gone for a while. Yeah, I love to organize. You do too? That's cool. Awesome. Well, I'm going to let you go, Miss Jen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for anyone who watches this on the replay. Just know that if you don't see me after this Saturday, if you don't see me too often in any of the chats or making videos, too many videos of my own, just know I am okay. Just attending to some out-of-state family business, and will pop in when I can, and always am grateful for my YouTube family friends, and grateful for you too, Miss Jen. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Keep in touch, and I will do my best to keep in touch while I'm gone. So until I see you again, take care. Bye now.